Hey guys, what's up? I am Mike, and this is the day's horror movie updates. We've got Scream, The Exorcist, Jennifer's hot body. We have weapons. We have all sorts of stuff to talk about. So let's just get right into it. First off, the shamed Exorcist franchise. David Gordon Green, why did you hurt us that badly? But listen, Mike Flanagan is in control of it now. As we know, he says that he feels like he has the opportunity to make the scariest movie of his career with this. We know all this for the most part and are excited about it, but it had a March 2026 release date. I don't know if you pay attention to the news very much or not, but every 27 minutes, a Mike Flanagan project gets announced. And he told somebody finally, he was like, look, there's no way The Exorcist is making its release date. He says that we're still working on Carrie and we've got to get that finished. We've not even begun production, but he said not to worry. So it still seems like it's fully in the plans. And again, Blumhouse Universal spent $400 million to buy that franchise. They are not going to let that thing go. So I believe him when he says there's nothing to worry about. When a guy says he has the opportunity to make the scariest movie of his career and says that he has a really good idea for it, and it's the Exorcist franchise, it'll come out. And you know what? I think we're all going to wait a little while on an Exorcist movie. Think about it. The Ritual just came out. Did you guys like that one? You don't know what that is, do you? No, you don't. You definitely didn't see it. It's an Exorcist movie starring Al Pacino and Dan Stevens, and it went like a soft fart in the night. I mean, just nothingness. No one's talking about it. Nothing. I have no idea. I think the overall universe is like, hey, we can wait for anything Exorcist for at least maybe a couple years for sure. And even though it's Mike Flanagan and The Exorcist, I'm excited for it because when Mike Flanagan says the scariest movie he's ever made, I'm gonna be in the chair for that. I'm gonna be watching that thing, and not like in the weird cuck chair in the corner. I don't know why I felt the need to explain that. Now moving on to Jennifer's Body, the sequel, Amanda Seyfried was doing an interview, an actors on actors thing with Adam Brody, Adam Brody, who was also, lead singer of Low Shoulder, as everybody knows him from. And they were doing an interview, and she officially said that they are making another Jennifer's Body, and asked if Adam Brody was going to be in it, to which he replied, obviously, Sarah Michelle Gellar I'm dead, though. And she was like, yeah, well, so was Megan Fox, but I'm not doing it without her. Now, that makes a little bit more sense because Megan Fox was full-on supernatural, right? This is Adam Brody at the end of, lead singer of Low Shoulder, Adam Brody at the end of Jennifer's Body. He is very dead. There's a knife in him, and it's been some time that has passed. They're, fingerprinting and shit around him. But, then again, obviously you can bring Megan Fox back because she's still Megan Fox. Machine Gun Kelly, why? But still Megan Fox, perfect for that role, for that sequel. I want to see her back in it for sure. The thing I'll say is this. Remember the end of Jennifer's Body when Amanda Seyfried's character got bit by the demon and got some of her powers by it. If it doesn't kill you, you get some of its powers. There's a chance, you could write in a little, I know I'm like the patron saint of movie characters who died that I want them to come back, but I would love to see Adam Brody in the sequel. And I think you could do something like that. When she went and killed him in there at the end, maybe somehow some of those juices got in there and he just can come back to life or something. I don't know. They can write it, right? Write it or I'll break it off. Moving back to the Flanagan first. Flanagan Fistfuck. That's my new band name, Mike and the Flanagan Fistfucks. Listen, when they announced the Carrie series on Amazon, probably just like me, you thought, why? Again? It's like Doug Speedman. He's ready to save the earth. Again. It's like, why do we need another Carrie? There's been so many iterations of it over the years. But again, when Mike Flanagan's name, how many times am I going to say fucking Mike Flanagan's name today? Jesus Christ, why don't I make a shrine and jerk off all over it? Christ, man. What I'm trying to say is this. He agreed with us. He said, I initially thought, why? It's been done, and then found an answer to that question, and it made me very excited. He even went to Stephen King, who, if Stephen King says, no, thank you, I don't want to do that project anymore, you should listen, because that guy will do anything, He's literally the version of I'd buy that for $1 when it comes to his properties or whatever. And he even told Mike Flanagan, I'm sick of Carrie. When he explained the situation to him and told him more and more about it, Stephen King was like, oh, that actually sounds like a really good idea. So I'm on board. And he goes to explain that this is not going to be your typical Carrie story. He kind of says that I'm going to do something different. We're not retelling the same story. It's not about telekinesis. There will be telekinesis. Don't you worry about how. But it's, what movie is that from, by the way? But it's chicken nuggets. I'll get my nuggets. Don't you worry about how. Anyways, comment down below what that is. He says, we're focused on the destruction of the community through these very modern tools. What happens in the world where the internet has created an environment of perceived anonymity. Carrie White in the locker room is in every iteration is a horrifying scene. Carrie White in the locker room when people have phones in their hands is a whole different thing. Now, normally you hear this a lot these days. Yeah, it's that franchise, but we have phones now. And it's like, oh, okay, I get it. But what he's saying there makes sense, because if you remember, specifically in the TV version of Carrie, the one made for TV, a lot of that ending was it left the high school, and it was more about what she was doing to the town around her, the city, tearing down power lines, throwing cars around everywhere, doing all sorts of stuff. I know there was that scene in the original too, but this one was just more focused on that, it felt like. And I never read the original book, but I imagine that is too. I think what he's saying here is they're going to turn this on his head, do the bullying thing, do it with phones and the internet and whatnot, but the perceived anonymity, M&Ms, that gets Ken Kneff from Connecticut, automated piece of shit. What he's saying here, though, is I feel like the anonymity, she's like, you know what? The whole town bullied. Everybody bullied me. I don't know who it was. Faceless people on the internet. I'm going to fucking kill everyone. And I think you could get a really cool, like, Ultra Carrie type of situation goes on. Maybe something like that. That's where my brain goes. What do you guys think? But One Take News is a big part of our update today. And they had an interview with Matthew Lillard. Talked about Carrie. He said that Carrie started rehearsals yesterday and that all 8 episodes are completely shot listed, that every script has been written, that they're 10 days out from shooting and all in rehearsals together. So that thing's happening. So again, even though they got to finish Carrie before he starts to work on Exorcist, that could be just around the corner, Jim. Now on to the Scream. It'll be a Scream at the Scream. Friday night at the Scream. Friday night at 8. Better not be late. He was at the very end of the interview. He was asked about Scream 7, and just pay attention to the inflection, the way that he answers this question. Okay.
Fans have been excited about Stu coming back. He's back, and I think I think it's in good hands with Nev and Kevin at the helms.
Now, it might not seem on the surface like he said very much there, and maybe he didn't. But if you watch the way he says it, the way he says he's back, he's like, no, everybody's very excited about Stu being back. Pause. Leans forward, and he is back. Either he just didn't know that the interviewer knew that he was playing Stu in the movie, but it kind of seemed like if that were me, I'd be like, you just hinted at the fact that this motherfucker ain't AI. He's not a voice. He literally like paused and was like, and he is back, like in the flesh. He may not have been saying that.
Fans have been excited about Stu coming back. He's back.
And if you really, really want to hopeful, wishful think, maybe that's kind of what he meant by that little, and he is back.
He's back.
I hope so. I don't know. Fuck me, right? I know. It's called tact, you fuck rag. I seem like a crazy person, but to me, I don't know. It seems legit. What do you guys think? Am I being crazy? Also in that interview, when asked about Five Nights at Freddy 2, I wasn't the big fan of the first one. I thought it was kitty gloves, super kitty gloves. Pretty boring, whatever sauce. Just average at best. But what he says here actually makes me... I'm back on the bus.
I think that Five Nights at Freddy's is going to blow the doors off of one. I think the movie's going to be really fantastic. Sure. I think it's going to be faster. I think it's going to be more dramatic. I think it's got more action. I think it's going to be great. Exactly
what that movie needs. Now you've got more Lillard in it. You've got the stories out there. You can push forward and try to make it maybe a little scarier would be nice. Not so just dreary and just like, let's get into it. That's good news if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan. I'm not yet, but I could be. I'll do anything for $20. And lastly, our last piece of news is this sweet, sweet poster from Craig Zegger's Weapons. Did you see that? I said it right that time. Fuck, I didn't, did I? It's lore now. He's Craig Zegger's Weapons poster. That's creepy as hell. I don't like it. There's something really creepy about that, but it's also really cool and it's original, and I dig that as a poster. The reason I talk about this mainly is not just because it's cool just along with the rest of the marketing with this, but maybe another trailer around the corner. I know some people don't want that because they're like, enough. And then there's other people like, I read the whole script on Reddit, and I'm like, pick a lane, guys. You want to be spoiled or you don't. But I get it. I do get it somewhat. But yeah, maybe we got a Weapons trailer. Deuce coming around the corner. And that's today's movie news updates. Guys, it's Friday the 13th week. I got a real cool Jason video lined up. I'm going to go work on right now. And we are live Tuesday night right here, 8 p.m. Eastern. And we're going to be talking about the top 10 most devastating horror endings of all time. So make sure that you're subscribed and you have the bell clicked so that you know when we go live. Some people don't even know we go live. We go live like twice a week for like 3 hours. We party our fucking faces off. So be there, or I'll stick a finger in your butt. That part wasn't true, metaphorically.